Welcome to Portland Cooks. I'm Nick Miles, and on today's show, 3 dishes from one of Portland's best and most delectable Tex-Mex restaurants. We are going to talk to Bill and Michael from Chez Jose, and we are going to make their prawns appetizer. We're going to make their chicken lime enchilada and their calapacitas. The cooking is about to start. I have my apron on, so let's sizzle. Welcome to the Portland Cooks studio. We're here at the Bradley Design and Education Center, and here it's a live kitchen setting where you can learn all about your Wolf and Sub-Zero products. Whether you're a builder, a designer, or a customer, you come inside here and they'll show you how it functions in your own home. Now, this great equipment goes along with 2 great chefs. The boys from Chez Jose, Michael and Bill. Welcome to the show, guys. What is Chez Jose?
Chez Jose is a very family-friendly restaurant that's been around Portland for 21 years, serving the finest Tex-Mex food you find anywhere in Portland.
Now, tell me where the locations of the restaurant are.
Well, I'm the chef at 2200 Northeast Broadway, which is very accessible to downtown.
And I'm at the southwest location on the corner of Terwilliger and Taylor's Ferry in the Burlingame neighborhood.
Now, Tex-Mex food, I know it sticks to your ribs. I've been to your restaurant before and I've eaten their good stuff. And that good stuff is going to be shown to everybody here today. We're going to be making your prawn appetizer, which goes on a salad. We're also going to make your very famous, I would say world famous, lime chicken enchilada, along with a calabazita, I should get the pronunciation right, which is a great vegetable side dish which you can make either spicy or not. So what do we need to get those shrimp going?
Okay, basically we want to get some garlic, and what we have here is I've got a garlic press, which you can use a garlic press or Robocou or Cuisinart, whatever you have at home. We're going to try to make it as simple as possible so that basically when you're making this dish, you can make it at home just like we do at the restaurant.
Now, this is for 4 people.
This is for 4 people.
How much garlic would go into that for 4 people?
Oh, I'd say about, a tablespoon.
A tablespoon of garlic. And don't forget, you can go to our website, portlandcookstv.com, and get all these recipes after we're done. A little bit of cilantro.
A little bit of cilantro. Chop it up pretty, medium fine. So get that in there. If you were to use a machine, you would definitely puree. It would puree it a little finer, which is fine. Or you can rough chop it. Either way works for those people that want to do this at home. So, and then we have a little bit of, we use olive oil canola blend, that's really good for the heart, and salt and pepper, a little bit of that, and we just basically mix it up, and then we're going to add just a little bit of lime juice to it. A little bit of acid really helps. I've already cleaned and deveined the prawns. Size, again, determined by what you want to do with it. We do 4 prawns at our restaurant per appetizer.
And that's probably a pretty good portion for an appetizer, right?
Yeah, it's a good portion. Take a skewer, lay them flat, lay your prawns flat, makes it really easy to do at home. Hold your hand flat over it.
Making sure not to put the skewer through your hand.
Nope, that way you won't. Just stay flat and don't curl in your fingers. So basically that's what you have is 4 prawns all skewered up, and you would just take your marinade and you'd put it right over top there. And
now, does that sit out on the side at room temperature, or do we put it in the refrigerator for?
You'd want to put it in the refrigerator for safety. All protein should be kept refrigerated. That's why you want to give them at least 2 hours to marinate.
So we throw them onto the grill.
Okay.
Now, what are your choices for cooking these?
A skillet would work really well. Cast iron skillet, in that you can put it on a medium heat, not too hot. You don't want to get too hot. The marinade has enough oil in it that you really don't need to add much oil to it as well.
All right, it's starting to, I can smell that garlic coming out of those now. How long are those going to take to cook?
Probably about 6 minutes total. We'll check it on this grill, see if it's a little different than our grill at the restaurant. But
that is the perfect opportunity for us to take today's cooking tip.
Hi, I'm Chef Luke Becker from Western Culinary Institute with a tip for you at home. Food storage. So many times I go to people's fridges, I open it up and I see too many things that shouldn't be in there. I'm gonna tell you some things that should not be in your fridge. First of all, potatoes, especially yams and sweet potatoes. They actually become a lot harder to cook if they get below 60 degrees. Some chemical reactions happen in there. Try to cook it, you end up with a hard, kind of gummy potato. Keep them in a nice cold area, dark, dry. Citrus fruit. Don't put citrus fruit in the fridge. They get kind of mushy on the inside and pithy, and they lose some of their sweetness. Apples. Apples at room temp. They get really kind of mealy and mushy. How many times you put an avocado in the fridge? You can put it in there to kind of stop the ripening process, but generally I buy them when I need them, when they're ripe. They give to a little gentle pressure. One thing that chefs really hate, tomatoes in the fridge. Don't put tomatoes in the fridge. If they get below a certain temperature, they turn mealy, they lose all their tomato flavor, and all a tomato wants to be in life is to taste like a tomato. Finally, onions and garlic. These things are just fine and actually keep better at room temp. They don't get moldy, they don't get soggy, they don't get mushy. They're better. These are things that I keep on the counter all the time. I hope you should too. This has been Luke Becker from Western Culinary Institute.
And the cooking tip is available on the website anytime at portlandcookstv.com, as well as today's recipes. The boys from Chez Jose are here. It's Michael and Bill, and we're cooking the shrimp off here. That looks about done.
You can take a look. We got some nice browns here on both sides. It's not burnt, but that's just right. They'll finish cooking the rest of the way as it goes out to the table.
Now, Michael is multitasking and laying out the salad. Now, you have two things that go along with this. One is a dipping sauce for the shrimp, and the other one is the salad dressing which goes over it. How do we make the salad dressing?
That balsamic vinaigrette, it's the olive oil and apple cider vinegar, balsamic vinegar, a little bit of ground New Mexico chilies, ground chipotle chilies, just like an Italian dressing almost.
Okay, and then there is a dipping sauce that goes with these shrimp. What's the ingredients and how do we make this?
Cilantro, honey, the chipotles, a little bit of water to thin it out, and tomato puree, and some lime juice.
And that's all, of course, available on the website at portlandcookstv.com. The shrimp is ready to go on top.
So we just use a little cotija on the salad also.
Now, what's the name of this cheese?
Cotija cheese, it's kind of dry and crumbly. It's almost like Parmesan. It's a little salty. Most specialty supermarkets will have it.
And I would say with the honey chipotle sauce that it is a bit warm, not hot. So you might want to start off with less chipotle depending on what your degree of heat is for your particular taste.
That is the shrimp appetizer on salad, a really nice starter dish for any particular gathering. Now, when we come back with Portland Cooks, we're going to get on to your signature dish, and I'm taking the advancement in calling it your signature dish because I've been in your restaurant and heard people talk about it. It's the chicken lime enchiladas, and we also have a side dish to come. That and much more when Portland Cooks returns.